I just shared with you guys how my schedule of when I organize my day. So this is part two. So I just wanted to clarify and to just make sure that it's not about blaming or trying to tell you what to do. It's all about sharing with you what has helped me. And I know how busy we can get as mothers, and how we can lose ourselves in the motherhood role, during the motherhood role, and how it's been so important for me as a mother to have an idea of how I want to utilize my time. Because then you're not saying yes to things that you shouldn't say yes to. If you know between a certain time that you're going to be writing, or if you're going to know you're going to be working with your kids, that's on your schedule, you can definitely see, okay, the benefits or the risk. Am I going to do it today? But if you have an idea of what your day looks like, then you're going to spend less time rushing. And as I discussed in the video in part one, is that often people are spending a lot of time rushing. I've been there. Rush my kid here, rush my kid there, and then I'm all like, where am I? What am I doing? And the coronavirus was definitely a time for me to really sit down and say, okay, how do I want my life to go? I've made plans. I've been making plans even before, schedules before I had children, before I had Cam and Kayla. But it became to a point where I had to have something to help me guide me throughout my day. And so that was a schedule that I showed you, because many people are rushing. We're rushing trying to go places. We're rushing trying to get to the finish line, And unfortunately, there have been a lot of people who have achieved success, but in the meantime, their body paid the price. Their mind, they weren't totally with it or stable. You got all this wealth. That's what we're seeing. You got all this wealth, all this abundance, and mentally you're having depression, anxiety. You're having to go on medications, multiple medications, overdoses. And this community is more than just fulfilling your divine purpose, more than just getting you to the finish line. Because yes, we are here to do something. We have gifts, we have talents, our lives have meaning, have purpose. And there's that innate desire to get to the finish line. But along the way, who's suffering? Your children, are they suffering? Are they feeling valued? Are they feeling loved? Do they know what they're here for? Are you helping them to reach their purpose too as well? As a family, are you working together instead of working apart? Do your children know about home maintenance? Do they know about respect? Do they know about love and compassion? As I mentioned, there have been so many different issues that now there are articles on how a lot of children are committing suicides and committing murders. Something is going on. And so we have a lot of success. But what prices are we paying for the success? You can get there, because that voice told me. What's the hurry? What's the rush? Love cannot fail. And so if we're taking giving it the nutrients it needs by listening to it and saying, okay, that's enough food. Because remember that too much weight, too much food causes pressure on your organs. Your heart works, right? And the more it has more surface area, the more space it has, the harder it has to work. So your heart is doing this, right? It's trying to work. And then what happens to something over time? The harder it works, the more it's apt to give out. Hence, we have heart disease. We have people that are dying of heart failure. That's what heart failure is, a weakened heart that it eventually stops working. And so, heart to heart, Mondays is about reprocessing, rethinking our purpose in life. That it's not just about getting to the finish line, but it's about doing what I need to do to minimize destruction, to minimize harm to myself and to others. It's about taking the time to be intentional about how we care for our bodies. Their needs, stopping and drinking water, having your water available, encouraging our children, if you have to set an alarm for yourself, water body that gets you there. And so many people are rushing, and we're seeing the result. And I don't know about you, but I don't like the result. I spent many years in the hospital, many years taking care of clients, taking care of patients that were rushing. I had a gentleman tell me about his health that I don't have time basically to take care of my health. I have a family to take care of. Well, guess what's going to happen if he doesn't take care of his health? He won't be here to take care of his family. And that's what went through my mind, is that I know it takes time. I get it. As a parent, a toddler and a newborn, barely having time, crawling in the bed, I get it. That, there's a lot to motherhood. And I can only imagine, 6, 5, 7, 8 kids and other responsibilities you have. So numero uno is you. That without you, you can't do the things you want to do. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of our bodies, and we show this so that our children can do it and break the generational cycle of pain. Just because your mother, I've said this before, if a parent or relative of any form had diabetes or heart disease, you don't have to have it. You don't have to be a statistic. When I knew what was going on with my family, I said I didn't want to end that way. I wanted to change it, drop my triglycerides down way below 150 to like 40s. My cholesterol, my A1C, hey, nobody said that because you have it, I have to have it. My mama told us that. Just because somebody has something doesn't mean that you have to have it. And it's up to you, choice by choice, to make the decisions. What the things that you do have an indirect and direct effect on your body, mind, body, and spirit. Because if you're not feeling like you don't belong, if your life doesn't have meaning, it doesn't have purpose, it's going to show up in how you take care of yourself. No matter how much you try to pretty it up, it's going to show. And so fulfilling your purpose is from the inside out. Because when you're feeling good about yourself, you're loving life, you're doing what you need to do. You do the work, you're enjoying your life, you're doing the things that you love to do. And the more you do it, the more you're going to continue to do it, right? So it's not about preaching. It's about seeing that there is another way. You don't have to have a diagnosis. You don't have to have an illness. You don't have to suffer. And so many people feel like they have to suffer because of what someone else did or what someone else went through, then it's going to happen to me too. It doesn't have to. Taking the time to really look at your life, putting what's important to you first and foremost, taking care of yourself. So if you have not watched my first video, watch it, and I show you how I've kind of used what I do. I know I got to do home maintenance as a mother, right? We have to do it. There are things I can delegate to my children, so I'm not stressed out. I know they eat 3 meals a day. Guess what? My son, daughter, teaching them how to cook. And yeah, do I have days where I want to just cook and don't want to give it to them? Yeah, I have days. But then I pay for it. I'm like, yeah, I need to help out. You know, knowing that I like to write. Do I make time in there for writing? You like to sing, dance, whatever it is you like to do. Do you have dedicated time in your day which boosts your hormones, your adrenaline, which boosts and gives you life and confirms that your life has meaning? The more you do what you love, the more you're confirming that your life has meaning. Do you go to bed on time? Do you train your body that, hey, this is about the time that I need to go to bed and get my rest, because I know while I'm resting, my body is repairing itself. Hormones, growth hormone, reducing my cortisol level so I can decrease my belly weight, help my insulin to work better so I can decrease my risk for diabetes, which is going to be helpful for my heart. The less stress, the less conditions you have, the less stressful your heart will be. So I just wanted to share that with you. One of the issues that's going on is that we're rushing too much. We need the storm that we just recently had was a reminder to us, and that's what I see storms as a reminder to help get a lot of that clutter out of our lives and to help us to be more intentional about what we're here to do. Help our children do the same if you have children, and take care of this vehicle that is our body. Because many people did not get sick from the coronavirus. They were able to fight it off. But we had some that weren't able to fight it off. And I don't know the ins and out of everything. I know that the immune system, our body, is an amazing thing. That it can fight off stuff. And you can give it complementary natural things. Green tea, vegetables, to help it do what it's here to do. So have a great week. I've talked enough. I hope that this information has been helpful for you. Take care of yourself. There's only one you. You can still make this lifetime great, right? Because you can. And your life has meaning and purpose. No matter what you've been through, no matter what anybody said, you are here for reasons. You have gifts and talents, and you deserve to live a life of joy and peace, fruits of the Spirit. Take care of yourself.